Hello, Pisces. This is going to be your weekly tarot and oracle forecast. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the energies for the upcoming week, break it down, and let you know how to navigate. So let's take a look at some overall themes and messages for your reading today. And we have transcending. Look at this beautiful card. You're riding that horse into a new realm. I know that sounds a little bit dreamy, but that's what Pisces season is all about. I mean, Pisces, you know that you have a great imagination, right? You're able to see things in the ethers. You're very intuitive. You are transcending, but I do remind you that you want to make sure that you still use discernment. Yes, manifest, use your imagination, put yourself in that new energy that you want to be in, but be careful with whether you're seeing the potential of something or whether you're seeing the reality. So let's take a look at what else you need to know, Pisces. We have here hope. And I love that. You should have hope. There's nothing wrong with believing in something, right? Again, it just comes back down to discernment or looking at the balance of things. Now let's take a look at what else you need to know for the week. And we have here a time to remember. Okay, so you're in a place of nostalgia. And I'm not surprised because a lot of people have been feeling pulled backwards recently. I had a lot of people reaching out to me saying, Kelly, why do I feel like I'm taking steps back? Or why do I feel like I want to reach out to this person? Or why am I longing for something in my past? You can look back, right? But you can't live there. I always say that. Your past, your headspace, you can visit there. You cannot live there. Okay? So let's take a look at the tarot. And then we'll clarify with some oracle cards. Let's see what the current energies are for this week. And we have conflict. Okay, so is this the energy where you're like, should I, shouldn't I? Can I have this? Can I really have this? But I really miss the past, but I also want to take steps towards my future. I do feel like there is a bit of a dilemma in that department. So let's take a look at some oracle cards and clarify the man. Interesting. Is this a man that you've been dealing with? Is this somebody from your past? Is this you even, where you're conflicted or even being conflicted about your own masculine and feminine energies? I often have to clarify with people the difference between masculine and feminine energy. Masculine energy is drive, it's doing, it's problem solving, it's providing. And if you're doing that for your own personal growth and evolution, go for it, do it. But if it's in regards to a relationship, you've got to be careful because that can be chasing. And we don't chase, we only attract. There's got to be a balance there. If you're constantly overgiving, overdoing, and problem solving for your person, they may not feel worthy of it. They may run for the hills, and then you're left saying, what's wrong? What happened? Now, Pisces energy in general is very overgiving, like extremely overgiving. The Queen of Cups in tarot is the person who gives to everyone but herself, and she needs to lean back more. So maybe that's a message for you here. It's telling you to lean back. Now, that doesn't mean don't do anything for your personal growth and evolution, but if this is a relationship, it's telling you to lean back. Now, the potential or challenge here today is interesting. You got the Queen of Swords. That's the energy that I want you in, Pisces. Queen of Swords is cutting anything out that no longer serves you. It's making boundaries. And the one thing I can tell you about Pisces is that they struggle with making boundaries because they want to please everybody. They want to see the best in everyone and everything, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's how it is, right? Now, the challenge here could be that you're waiting, and this says wait. Waiting is not patience. Okay, just so you know, like waiting means you're just sitting there going, when. And if you're doing that, you're going to continue to wait. So I don't want you in a waiting mode. I want you in patience mode or trusting the process mode, which means I'm going to go live my best life. I'm going to do whatever I got to do, and things will attract to me. They'll come when the timing is right. They will unfold. Now let's take a look at what you should focus on today. And we have the Emperor. So there you go. The Emperor is all about making power moves, right? This is somebody who plays chess, not checkers. This is somebody who is strategizing. So what are you working towards right now? So to clarify that energy, there's the mountain. So somebody's got a mountain here, right? Look, a mountain can be an obstacle, but it can also be an achievement, getting to the top of the mountain. Now, if you've ever watched my cake analogy video, it could be getting to the top of the cake where you're working through your traumas, your triggers, and your hurts. But in order to do that, you do have to make moves, right? Now, let's take a look at your recent past. And there's the Page of Swords. Has there been any spying or observing between you and another person? Meaning energetic chasing, like watching each other's social media, like stories or posts, or keeping tabs on each other. You've got to be very careful with that, because that's also chasing, and that's also masculine energy. And there's the Stork. I think you're transforming that energy. I think you used to do it a lot more, okay? You know, I'm kind of reminded actually of my grandmother. If you've ever heard me talk about my grandmother's stories, I mean, my grandmother was this little Ukrainian lady who was strong as anything, lived to 97. My goodness, the stories I could tell you. She was a Pisces with a Scorpio moon. And if you told her you were busy on a weekend, she just wouldn't believe you. She would do a drive-by and check to see what you're up to. Now, I'm not saying every Pisces is going to do this, but I know Pisces energy, and, you know, they keep tabs. They want to know that their loved ones are being true to them, right? They want to be able to trust them when they say, hey, listen, I'm busy, or I've got this going on. Let me know in the comments if you resonate with this. But I think essentially you're transforming. Sorry, my kitty cat is knocking the table here, trying to get into the reading. I think you're transforming that spying and that observing that you've been doing, or that you used to do. Now, your strength position here is the Six of Wands. Six of Wands says victory. You're going towards your victory. You're tired of the old stuff and looking for new adventures. And double message. The universe is like, I said what I said, what I said. There's the victory. It's there to be had. The question is, are you willing to put yourself in the winner's circle? Now, the near future for you is the Queen of Cups. Didn't I say it earlier? I said Queen of Cups. Be very careful that you're not overgiving, overdoing, and problem solving for anyone else. This is where you're needing to lean back and trust your intuition more, okay? Now, I've got two kitty cats. I've got a kitty cat over here. I got a kitty cat over here trying to get into the mix here. Now, here we have the Magician card. Communicate clearly, Pisces. Like, what is it that you want? And I don't want to sound all notebook on you, but like, what do you want? You've got to communicate clearly. You've got to be concise. You've got to believe in yourself and go for it. Now, the suggested approach here is the Four of Wands, 1111 spiritual ascension. Look, I have a feeling you've been sparked by somebody. You know, they've been really motivating you to reach for the top of the cake. Again, if you haven't watched the cake analogy, you really need to watch it. Maybe I need to link it in the description box below. But the Four of Wands is 1111 spiritual ascension, twin flame number. And basically, it's saying you're on a new path. So if you're seeing 1111, that could very well be a sign for you. My goodness, the kitty cat now wants to scratch herself and shake the table. You know, it's when I turn the camera on that these things tend to happen. So my apologies, Pisces. Pisces, are you feeling a little anxious, a little worried? Because maybe that's because of the kitty cats walking on these tables. Now, there's the Judgment card. It's a wake-up call for you. Whatever has sparked you, Pisces, is a wake-up call. Okay. Now, interesting, 411, I don't know, 411 information, right? Maybe that's a number that you're seeing. But 11s in general mean that you have a brand new beginning, just like we talked about with 1111. So it's almost like we're seeing, you know, 1111 and 11. So we definitely have a theme here of you in an ascension process or spiritual journey. Grab the wrong deck, but is it ever the wrong deck? Let's see, what do you need to know? We have here the 10 of Wands. Here's the thing, Pisces. If you're feeling tired and burdened and you've had enough, it's time to make a move, to put the burdens down, because this says mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally exhausted. And it's hard to spiritually ascend. It's a very lonely process. It's a hard process, you know. Nobody enjoys going through this. But again, let me remind you of what we had earlier. The rewards, the victory is yours to be had. Now, let's see, that 10 of Wands is the Phoenix rising from the ashes. I don't know if you're dealing with a Scorpio or you have Scorpio placements. Funny how I mentioned my grandmother, who was a Pisces with a Scorpio moon. Maybe you have Scorpio placements, but this is about a total transformation and change, right? Death and rebirth. I feel like that's been the topic of like forever lately. Now, the hope and or fear for you here today is the moon. Well, guess what we have this week? New moon in Pisces. So this is really significant for you, right? This is all about your identity, right? Who you are. And so I would just sort of ask you, who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? You know, set those intentions and work towards those goals. And with that, we have here the Scythe. Look, something may come in very unexpectedly. And Pisces, to be honest with you, when we get to the eclipse energy, You're really going to feel it. Something sudden will shift for you. It will happen. Now here comes the kitty cat unexpectedly coming in. You may not be able to see her, but she's laying right here in front of the camera. Expect the unexpected. New moons lead to full moons, and that full moon lunar eclipse is coming in Virgo. So something sudden will come in for you, just like my kitty cat karma just suddenly came in. Maybe there's karma coming in, good karma. And probable outcome here is judgment. Again, the universe is like I said what I said. So we're basically getting a wake-up call. Again, total transformation. Heed the call. Are you ready to start this new journey? And with that, we have here the moon. The universe is like I said what I said, and it's a Pisces card. Wow. Very deep messages for you here today, Pisces, and very chaotic with the kitty cats interrupting and shaking our table. Ooh. Speaking of chaos, that card was slamming. Let's see what you need to surrender or surrender to this week. And we have, of course, surrender to divine timing. Don't try to control things. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. I really hope this resonates with you. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in my description box below. Thank you, and I wish you an amazing week.